Hello there, World of Tankers. Welcome to the channel. Hopefully all of you are doing well out there. I'm, of course, your host, Blitz, and in today's video, we are finally going to be dethroning the king of Tier 10 win rate, the T22 Medium. Now, this vehicle, for the past almost 4 years, has been sitting as the highest win rate vehicle in Tier 10 every single year, every single day, sitting at around a 58.5% win rate. When it first came into the game, it was around a 62%, which is ridiculous how well it was performing. But of course, over the years, power creep has set in, and it definitely has lost a little bit of its spark, but still, it's the second highest performing Tier 10 in the game, which is crazy, and it shows you just how well a pay-to-win vehicle can be. However, now we have a vehicle like the AMX M4 MLE54, which is sitting at just about a 60% average win rate since it came out in this year's Blitz Fair, which is quite impressive. Over 1,200 people own this vehicle. I was thinking that maybe it was just the testers that were performing that much, but no, this is over 1,200 people that have managed to get their hands on the AMX M4, and yeah, it is really performing well. Now, there's a lot of reasons to why it's such a good tank, but as well, it has a lot of drawbacks. When I first started playing this tank, and in fact, I made 2 videos on this vehicle, I definitely saw that it has a lot of potential. In my first video, I said that this was, in my opinion, the strongest Tier 10 heavy in the game, and I still do stand by that. I think that this can perform more roles than any other heavy tank in a pub match. Now, in tournaments, I don't think it's as strong. The issue with it is it's got these big sides, and in pubs, of course, you're usually 1v1ing a lot of people. You know, I'll go up against a heavy and I'll trade with him until I kill him or something like that, or you'll have your team and you'll push. In a tournament, of course, you're dealing with a lot of people that are focus firing you, and if you turn your turret to the side in this tank, just like an M6 Experimental, it's got really weak turret armor on the sides. Same for the hull. So it's really strong, but it also struggles with dealing with more than one opponent, which is not necessarily the best. So yeah, this tank's very strong, but as well, it does have some issues, which I have learned myself from a lot of battles in this tank. Now, we're going to see if we can catch out any of the tanks trying to cross here. This vehicle is very fast, going 45 kilometers per hour, which is very impressive, of course, of a top speed. Unfortunately, my E5 was typing, and I did slap into his booty, but we're still doing a pretty, I don't think they're actually going this way, to be honest. I was going to say we're doing pretty good, but I don't see anyone, so I'm going to push up. This could be an awful idea, and I could get instantly smackered, but doesn't look like they're pushing this way. Usually you'll know just by about a minute in if nobody's detected on this side of the map. They're most likely sitting on the other side. Now, the issue is that usually tank destroyers, yep, there you go, getting spotted, and as I said, usually tank destroyers like to camp right at that spot in the back of the map. And this is where the AMX does a very poor job, because of course I'm spotted and I'm out in the open, and there's nothing we can really do because their team is just in a holding position, which is really strong, of course. But for me personally, there's not much I can do to them with the position they're currently sitting in. Yep, there's a big shell going into my turrets, actually. Oh, right in the back of the... What? Okay, I see how it is. Alright, we're just gonna back up. You can definitely see the big issues with this tank. One of them is the abilities of it out in the open. Very, very poor. And unfortunately, that shell just going a little bit off to where I wanted it to. Not awful, and that 183, of course, getting a big shot into that Jagdpanzer as well. He definitely learned his lesson for trying to poke that again. Come on, Jag, back up just a little bit. Ah, big sad moments there. But the issue currently is that we have no spots. We have nothing that we can really do to the enemy team, and they're just spamming HE at us. So what I'm going to try and do... Oh, there's actually a Sheridan pushing off to the side, aiming, and fire. Big ol' shot into the Sheridan. Nice miss from him as well. Which means what I'm going to try and do is push off to the side here as quickly as possible, try and get the Sheridan out of the position he's in. And if I can do that, he's going to be in some really, really deep water. There goes the Sheridan running. There's another nice snap into him for 492, and I don't think he's going to be able to get away very far, of course, because in another 4 seconds, we'll have another shell loaded in. And yeah, you can see that the Sheridan is definitely struggling on his escape. Let's fire another one at him. There we go, 483. So this is where the tank is strong. It's got the mobility to shoot at vehicles like the Sheridan, catch them, and it's got that big alpha as well to get big smacks in. Now, I know exactly where that Sheridan was poking was about right here, so we're just going to aim in right where that Sheridan was and take a blind shot. No clue if that hit, but never hurts to try. So yeah, we did get detected. I don't know if it hit him, but definitely worth the shot. The issue is you can see my team is just bleeding. It's already been 3 minutes. This is almost like a tournament battle. And as I said, in tournaments, the issue with this tank is that it falls apart very quickly to anybody that has the side of it. Now, hopefully this gang, you, Yeg, I didn't think that the Yeg was actually going going to move for me, but thankfully he did. Aiming in a shell right at the lower plate of the mouse. Thank you very much. Unfortunately, our Jagdpans are bouncing that shell. Not necessarily what you want to do. But I'm going to pretend like I have a shell to this mouse here just so he peeks. Actually, I guess he's going to peek and he's going to shoot at me. But he missed a shot, and we were able to get a really nice tap into him there. Now, I did expose my hull, and I thought he was going to pen me, but I was willing to take that trade because we need to bleed their team. They're bleeding us very, very quickly, which is not necessarily what you want. You can see that we don't have spots, and my teammate, like that, is getting killed very, very quickly. So let's aim in at the 57 side. There you go. Nice overmatch on his side armor. Thank you very much for that. However, we got that Sheridan once again coming up behind my teammate in the Jagdpanzer, who's turning around now. I'm going to come for the Sheridan, see if we can get another shell into him. He sees me coming too, but I really want to take out the Sheridan, of course. There you go. Finally finishing off that Sheridan. Definitely what you want to do is finish off those big alpha vehicles, and that tank has the mobility on me. That is the spotting they have on their team. We didn't actually have a light tank, which is quite unfair if you think about it, but definitely finishing off the Sheridan was a big brain move that we needed to perform. Now, we've got the mouse off to the side, who I'm just going to load a premium shell into, back in the cover now. Hopefully the Ho-Ri and no other vehicle is able to shoot me. That 57 Heavy as well is in a really tricky predicament because he can't really do much to me, especially if I'm hauled down, but at the same time, we are in a really tricky situation where I can't really do much to the enemy team. So we got that mouse sitting right there. Once again, we'll shoot another shell into the mouse. I'm going to back up before this 57 is able to get shots into me, and we're doing decent. Like, we've done 4,600 damage, a very strong amount, of course, for a tier 10 game, and we're going to continue to hopefully rack out that damage. We got that 57 poking his turret. Ah, that's sad. That's really sad, actually, that did not connect, and I don't know if that Jagdpanzer is coming for me, which, of course, is not... Yeah, he is. This is not what I wanted. I was trying to back up, but oh, he missed. That's a rip in the chat, but we're stuck on this rock. That's what my biggest issue was, is we're actually stuck on a rock right now, which is not what you want, of course, but we're going to back up here, see if we can get one more tap into the Jagdpanzer. Oh, I didn't realize he was going to reload that quick. That's not what you want, and hopefully this mouse does not shoot me, but I'm going to make my way over to the 57 Heavy to see if we can finish him off. So make my way right around this corner, snap him, taking out the 57 Heavy, and now we've got to push up, of course, because, oh, that could have been really bad. That was the Ho-Ri shooting me. But yeah, I've got to get out of here very, very quickly, of course, because, yeah, tricky scenarios going on. So hopefully my Jagdpanzer, oh, thank you, Jag, I needed that. We needed that to win this game. I was in a really tricky spot there. Thankfully, that Ho-Ri hit me in the mantlet, which gave me a really strong beginning here to survive. And our T-22 medium doing a pretty solid job as it is. Let's aim in HE. There we go, finishing off the T-54. Definitely what you want, and it's actually turning around very good for our team. So hopefully this T-22 medium is going to be able to survive, or at least get one. We needed that. That's really bad. We needed that one shell to go in, and unfortunately, because it did not, we're in a really tricky game once again. Now, that Ho-Ri is a very deadly tank, of course. In fact, one of the deadliest tanks in the game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to position my vehicle like this to hopefully snap a shell into that Ho-Ri and back up just as quickly as possible. There we go. Now back up, back up, back up. Perfect. Just able to back up in time. Exactly what I wanted. Now we're going to back up here so we can put on our adrenaline and maybe get one more snap into the Ho-Ri. We're just going to snap him right in the lower plate. Yeah, this is really bad, in fact. I don't have a choice here, and I'm probably going to die. Yes, I am. Yeah, that's unfortunate, and the Ho-Ri, of course, wasn't going to bounce me by any means, but come on, Jag. Yes, we do have a chance to win this. At least I baited the Ho-Ri out in the open. It was actually a really big mistake on his part of just rushing me like that, especially with my teammate there. So we have a chance to win this. You can see just what makes it so strong. Well, actually, it's going to be a draw, I just realized. That's really unfortunate, but nothing you can really do about those games, and yeah. Well, we still did 6,600 damage in that battle, an extremely strong amount of damage, mastering the tank, and you can see just what makes it such an incredible force out there on the battlefield and why I absolutely am loving this tank. Unfortunately, it's not been necessarily the best for the win rate in the last couple of games I've played. I've had a victory, a defeat, and a draw, as you can see, but to be honest, with the games I've been playing in the vehicle, you can see here, 5,700. It's just such a strong tank, and it's definitely pay to win, in my opinion. The fact that a person can drop $200 and get their hands on the AMX M4, but then a person who grinds up a line has an inferior advantage to a vehicle like this is definitely pay to win, and I don't think that's something that this game should be. but it's something that's quite unfortunate in the long run. So let me know what you guys think of this in the comments down below. If you are happy that the AMX is in the game, I'm a very happy person that it is in the game, but I'm disappointed that it's not on a tech tree. This should have been a tech tree vehicle, and you know what's funny is that if it was on the tech tree, 100% would have been nerfed next update or the next patch just for how it is performing currently. So hopefully you enjoyed today's video. If you did and you want to see more like it, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. But other than that, hopefully all of you are doing well out there. Stay happy, stay healthy, and to be seeing you in the next one.